So I have an addiction. It's to Facebook Marketplace. Even though I know there's nothing I need to buy, every day I'll go on Facebook Marketplace and I will find all kinds of stuff that I think I need to buy. Now luckily, my wife is always there to tell me no, because she is the sensible one in our relationship, like by a mile. But right now, my wife and my daughter are on vacation in Hawaii, meaning last night, when I found something that I thought I needed to buy on Facebook Marketplace, there was no one there to tell me no, which is basically permission. So right now, we are driving 250 miles to the south through a snowstorm to get something I found on Facebook Marketplace last night. Makes sense to me. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not on vacation with them, it's because this is my super busy time of year, and last month I had a week-long trip right in the middle of busy time when we went down to Vegas for the CES show, which was super cool, but I also missed a lot of work. And then next month I have the Matt's Off-Road Recovery Record Games, which is going to be a week-long trip right in the middle of busy time, and I'm going to miss a bunch of work, so I couldn't really afford to miss a whole nother week of work this month as well. So as much as I would like to be with them on vacation, I had to stay home for this one so that I could work and buy stuff off Facebook Marketplace. So yeah. Oh, the other thing, if you notice, my face over here is all kind of like swollen up and like looking kind of goofy more than normal. It's because I got an infection in the cheekbone there for some reason. There's like no real reason, nothing happened. It's just part of the fun of living like without an immune system. So I got loaded up on antibiotics and ibuprofen, which means should be good to go. Oh, and their one other suggestion was to ice it, but like ice. So again, this trip totally makes sense. Okay, enough jabbering. Let's head south. We're going into, I believe, Dunsmuir, California, and I would bet that most of the trip is going to look just like this. And when we get there, hopefully this thing looks as good as it does on the pictures on Marketplace, and we'll be coming home with it. Well, I'm not gonna like try to pretend like it's a secret that we're building up to. I'm gonna show you if you watch the video long enough and blah blah blah. It's a truck camper. It goes on the back of the truck. You know that because you saw the thumbnail. I think it's so stupid when YouTubers like put a picture of the thing on the thumbnail or in the title and then spend the whole first half of the video doing like some top secret lead up to this surprise thing that you already know what it is. So yeah, it's a truck camper for my truck. You know, you saw thumbnail. There's always somebody in the way. Come on now. Got things to do. There you go. All right. Back on the road. Miniature donkeys. Those things are probably so mean. California state line. And fun fact for the people who like to talk a bunch of smack in my videos and all that, if they ever see like a California license plate on a vehicle that's stuck or something like that, and start talking trash about California and like they got stuck in the snow because Californians don't know how to drive in the snow, and that why would a Californian be in the snow and all that, like, I'm from California, like born and raised. I have not even actually this is February, so at the end of February I will have lived in Oregon for 3 years. So not even 3 years I've been in Oregon. The whole rest of the time, California. And somehow, I know how to drive in the snow. I don't know if you noticed this, but when we cross the state line, there's still snow. It actually does snow in California. Actually, in a lot of places, a lot more than in Oregon. So, yeah. Born and raised California here. If you don't like it, good. We are pulling off the freeway. We're here in Dunsmuir, California, just north of Lake Shasta. So we got about another couple miles, and we should be there. Now we're backing up down the streets of Dunsmuir because I missed the turn. Luckily, there's no traffic here. I think this is it, up this little driveway right here, so we will walk in and see. Well, here it is. This is a 6-pack Highlander. I didn't want to film at their house and all their stuff and all that. So we just loaded it up, came down here. It is a 6.5 foot model. So I have a 6.5 foot bed, which means my tailgate would almost close, but doesn't quite. So it does got a platform it came with that raises it up, and I need to really get another shim for the bottom of it because there's a gap there, but it's close to the cab. So this thing is a 1980, hold on, just looked at the bill of sale. This is an 1988, and it is in amazing shape for an 88. So it's got propane tank here, it's got a 5-gallon propane tank. Okay, let's go inside here. It has a nice welcome mat, a little portable toilet, which I have no use for because my toilet's built in. And got a little sink. This is a electric one here, 3-burner stove, storage all up here, a couple outlets. The bed right here, you'll notice, has an extra mattress here. The two things you can do is either fold this down and make this a bed, or this whole thing actually comes up and all the way out here. That mattress goes up there, and now you have a big huge bed, or even me being 6'4" can stretch out. Totally comfortable. So that's super cool. It's got the pass through to get into the other cab, more storage, fridge, 3-way fridge with the freezer, little spot for ice or something, I guess. This is propane, 12 volt or 120 if you plug into power. I've wanted one of these little short 6-foot campers for a very long time. I don't want one that hangs out over the back of the bed and all that, because like with this, I can still tow off my wheel lift if I'm like towing my Jeep up to go play in the woods, or even just flat tow it or pull the trailer, everything just fine with this camper on here. And this thing is in amazing shape for being an 88. The roof is all sealed really good. I checked that. There's no evidence of like prior leaking or anything. So still got a long drive home, so I'm gonna start driving home and we'll go over the rest of it there. The good thing about the tailgate, it makes it like a porch you can step out on, and then I can even extend that wheel lift out and adjust the height and make it like a step to get in. So that's really handy. All right, let's get going. Okay, so it's 240 miles to actually get there. That was average mile per gallon of 22 when we got there. It dropped down to 21.8 as we were winding through the hills up there to come back down after I picked it up. Took us a little over 6 hours to do that 240 miles because, you know, like snowstorm. So 22 miles per gallon on the way down. That is an accurate thing. I've done it by hand calculation too, and this thing is actually very accurate on that. So we will see how much we lose driving back home with this thing. And I also weighed my truck on the way down, and we'll stop at that scale and weigh it on the way up too to see how much that thing weighs. So let's get moving. Okay, so change of plans. We're now at the Pilot truck stop in Klamath Falls, Oregon. Stopped to get some lunch. It's late lunch. It's like a little after 3. But why I wanted this thing is I do a lot of like solo trips, either they're overnights or 2-night trips. But also a lot of like long day trips that are like 12, 14-hour days. And this right here is why. Somewhere to like stop, either get a good night's sleep if it's an overnight, because I hate hotels with an absolute passion. I sleep in my pickup normally, just lean the seat back and sleep there, so this will be a massive, massive upgrade. Having a place to just stop and like eat a sandwich without like sitting in the seat of your truck or something like that is exactly what I was looking for. Also, now that I have it, I can set it up. I have the fridge right here, freezer, stove that you're sitting on right now, where I can actually like bring some food and cook a meal, which I'd much prefer to do over like eat this. So huge, huge advantage. Even if I'm going to be gone a long day, like a 14-hour day, throw this on the back of the truck and I can like cook my own lunch and have cold waters and drinks and stuff right here ready to go. Like, major advantage. So of course I thought about one of like the pop-up campers, like either the 4-wheel campers that pop straight up, or like the wedge style, like a Go Fast camper, the AT Overland type campers, all that. But the reason I wanted something like this, it's an actual like rigid truck camper, is because I'm super lazy and I don't want to set anything up. I want to open the door, come in, and I'm done. setup, that's it. I don't want to have to pop the top up and undo latches and all that stuff. I know it's not like a lot of work, but like, I just want convenience. Like I come in here, here it is. Also, like you're sleeping on the side of the road and it's windy, or you're out in the desert somewhere and it's like raining, wind blowing, like you got that canvas flapping, you might as well be in a tent. This here, it's rigid, solid all the way around, insulation full all the way, like a rigid, solid structure. Yes, it's taller and gets a little more wind drag, but I'm totally okay with that to have the convenience. So a super short bed one like this, it's right bed length is exactly what I wanted. So like I said, I can still tow something on my wheel lift. I can still pull something on my trailer hitch just fine without having to use a bunch of extensions. Like there's actually one over there. That's a short bed one over there. This truck's in the way, but it hangs off the back. So then he's got a big old long extension to get out to where he can pull anything. This one, I can still use my standard hitch just like normal. So I've kind of had my eye out for one of these for quite a while, and to find one that fits a short bed without sticking out the back is very, very hard to find, especially when it's in decent shape. And I came across this one and I had to have it. Change the angle just to make like a new scene here. It's a cinematography trick to keep the audience engaged in the video. Spent way too long at that one same shot over there. Not acceptable. So as I told you, I did not tell my wife I was coming to get this. I found it on Marketplace this morning, took off, headed down south to go get it. So this morning when she called me, say hello, happy Valentine's Day, all that stuff. Yeah, by the way, today is Valentine's Day. And asked what I'm doing today, and I said, you know, I'm driving down to California. And she goes, what are you doing in California? And then I told her that I'm driving a 500-mile round trip to go buy a truck camper that I found on Marketplace on Valentine's Day. And she was happy for me because this would be like a perfect setup for like what I like to do, and she knows that. And that's reason like 4,250,972 that I have the best wife ever. So see, changed it again. And you gotta say, it is so nice to just like sit at a table and eat a meal instead of like in the seat of my pickup. So this thing does not have heat or air conditioning. But while I was in Las Vegas at the CES show for EcoFlow's new product launch, one of their new products is the Wave 2, which is a portable, self-contained, battery-powered heater and air conditioner that also runs off of solar. And it's thermostat automatically. You set the temperature you want. It'll be a heater when it's cold. It'll automatically switch over to AC when it gets hot outside, and you can bet there will be one of those in this thing. My either Delta 2 or the River power station will go in here to be all my power. I'll put those two solar panels I have on the roof up here, and I will have full power, heater, and air conditioner in this camper, and I think that'll work really, really good. This fridge is one of the older ones. It should work really good and just last like forever on propane. If so, we'll stick with this. If not, maybe we'll pull this out of here and put one of those EcoFlow fridges in instead, and then convert the rest of this to like storage and put the fridge on a slide out where you could get to it and close it. But we'll see how good this does first and how that holds up. So I'm very, very excited about this thing. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to get it all set up, and I don't really like want to like redo it and be like, I'm gonna renovate it. No. It's gonna stay like this. I'm just gonna make it convenient to use with power and heat and AC and all that. So, and then like set up with my stuff. So there's no need to renovate this thing. It is like a time capsule, and it'd be a shame to like tear all this out. So staying just like this, but better. Okay, long time later, we are at the truck scales again, and we are gonna see what we weigh. 10,600 pounds, meaning this thing, I was 9,500 empty, so this thing is 1,100 pounds. And then you see here, we are getting 15.5 miles per gallon on this return trip. I reset it for the return trip with that camper on the back. Now, to be fair on the mile per gallon, on the way down, it was snowstorming. We were doing anywhere from 30 to 45 miles an hour the whole way. Pretty much. And then on the way back, it's been dry roads, and we've been doing 65, 70 the whole way. So there's going to be a big mile per gallon difference in that right there. But in all reality, the normal speeds are what we're going to normally be running. So 15.5 with this thing on the back, I'm plenty happy with that. That's after almost exactly 12 hours since we left home. We are back home, and check this out. Porch light works. Gotta get a step. All of the inside lights work. This thing is so freaking sweet, and I am so happy with it. Like, it's a time capsule. Like, it's perfect just how it is. I mean, it's completely... This thing was very well taken care of. I would not be surprised if it spent the vast majority of its life inside. It's a 1988, so that's not old. That's my wife's in 1988. This is super young. No wonder it looks so good. Yeah, but I love everything about it, just like my wife. It's just what I was looking for. So I'm very happy with this. We are going to have some fun adventures with this, and on those overnight and 2-night type of work road trips and stuff. It's going to make things so much nicer. So, yeah, very, very different video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did. Thank you for watching, and I might sleep out here tonight. But either way, we'll see you next time.